Alright guys, so this is my mom's 2006 H3 Hummer. It's having some issues where down the road the traction control and stability control system would kick on. It'd start going into low power mode and ultimately just start running real rough. And we've done everything from change the throttle body to put a new throttle body position sensor on it, put a brand new mass airflow sensor on it, we put a crankshaft position sensor on it, worked on the battery and the terminals. We replaced the gas pedal assembly because the throttle pedal position sensor was another thing that we were told it could be, but ultimately it was a ground short in a wire going here. This harness comes up through the top of the valve cover here, and as you can see, all the tubing, all the pipe and everything on the wiring harness is just brittle and just breaking away and exposing all the wires. Well, right here on this evap sensor, the harness goes right across from the evap sensor here, across the valve cover, down into the main harness that goes along the valve cover. And right here, this little wire was rubbing on the top of the valve cover. Kind of hard to see, but you can see here it ended up wearing through the wire and grounding out this one wire. Basically that kicked off a 5-volt open circuit code. I believe it's a P0651, and end up kicking the truck into low power mode or reduced engine power mode and killed everything else. Threw a whole bunch of other codes like ABS and stuff like that, simply because it's wire. So what I recommend doing is clear the codes if you got that issue where it's in reduced engine mode. Clear all the codes, get it running, and just come out here and be very careful and just grab all your harnesses slightly and just wiggle them a little bit. I found this when I was doing that, when I grabbed this harness back here and I pulled on it a little bit like so, and as you can see, it was moving this harness all the way up to here, which caused this brown wire here to ground out on the valve cover. So basically just trace all your wires down and move them around a little bit until you can find and see if a wire will cause it to trip the engine code, and then you can go from there. Once you get to a point to where you find a set of wires, when I messed with this wire here, I noticed that if I just slightly pushed down on it, that's what kept causing it. Now I had to clear the code several times and make it happen several times before I traced down the right wire. But as soon as I started pressing down on this little wire right here, it happened every single time, and it was from that brown wire right there eating through. So I'm going to take and fix that wire and wrap everything back up, put some new loom on everything, and hopefully that fixes all the issues.